What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to round one of the 2016 Ride365.com Nationals powered by versus-pc.com, live right here on Start Your Systems TV. My name is Kellen Brauer, and welcome into Hangtown. We are high above the Hangtown circuit and about to be right down on the floor of the Hangtown circuit with the consolation race for the 250 class coming up in just a moment. And after the 4-lap consolation race where the top 4 riders transfer into the motos, the other 36 riders that have already transferred into the motos will join them and will be set to go. So enjoy the consolation race. We'll be kind of off and on streaming this a little bit here and there. I'm going to try to sort everything out in the meantime, but we are off racing in the 250 consolation race, and into turn 1 there is already chaos. So okay, you guys will get a good look at the track and see what's going on. Give me just 1 second here.
User was
Move
moved
this
to
guy
your channel.
in here. Give him talk power. Turn him up.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Motoagogo is joining us here as we kick off the racing tonight. As I said,
Thank you for having me in the booth.
Race. Yeah, of course. 250 consolation race on track. Motoagogo now joining us in the booth. This is your amateur live streamer for those of you that might be new.
And racing Consi tonight. Not excited about it, but we're going.
Are you racing right now?
No, I'm in 450s tonight.
Oh, okay.
I'll be racing with you if I make it in.
Sweet. So Motoagogo, as I said, will be doing the amateur live stream, which you can catch on Sunday nights. But for now, he's joining us in booth, and we are watching Dominic Saulnier lead here on this Yogi Honda. So already a pretty big name rider that we're seeing in this one.
Yeah, also a good friend of mine, Stillman, behind him. Good to see him out there already. First pro. Oh, he's going to take over the lead.
Ooh, yeah, that looks like Saulnier just went down. Devin Ryan's going to scoop by. Saulnier's still not going, and he's going to lose that final transfer spot.
Since we're early on in the Conti so far and first time live with it, what do you think of Hangtown this year? I thought it was brutal in its own way, yet a little bit easier at the same time. Like, hard to really give it a, it's hot and cold at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, it's a little bit easier, but certain spots are a lot harder than last year's.
Yeah, well, it's definitely kind of tricky in its own way, like you said, but I'm a fan of it. I like the old Hangtown too, but this one I'm gelling with quite well, so I can't complain.
Definitely. Yeah, huge step up from last year's. I'm really enjoying the track.
I just like that we got another replica update.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we actually got the half pipe this year. So.
Yeah. So Stillman's going to lead him through the mechanics area. Ooh, a little out of shape. But 1 lap in the books, 3 more to go. As I said,
the pressure on him right now is probably pretty rough. I didn't get to talk to him before the race tonight. I thought he was racing games, but good to see him out there.
Devin Ryan giving chase, and then Doiron battling with that Saulnier again. So Saulnier back up in transfer, and then Josh Betts is behind them.
Yeah, they got really close there. They almost got together, and both would have lost their transfer.
They're still fighting it out. Doiron right on Saulnier here.
And Betts right there with him.
Yeah, Betts has looked pretty quick this week. I think he's got something for these guys.
Yeah, he's definitely won throughout the Supercross season, too. I've definitely noticed him getting a bit quicker as the season went on, and haven't seen him much outdoors, but looks like he's handling it pretty well.
He's trying to give Doiron a run for his money here. Oh, good save. A little out of whack there for the 341. Jack Fowler coming up from behind, and Storkin, a.k.a. Christopher Wennerklang. Oh, and then Fred Heather and Hinners just get together, so that's the first we've seen of Jeremy Hinners. He must have been down on the opening lap. Not sure what caused him and Heather to get together. But he's got a ways to go.
And mentioning him, many of you know Storkin, of course, is our EMF affiliate as well that does streaming for their MXGP series going on right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So check that out on Wednesdays, that is. Wednesday kind of in the morning time for most Americans, about midday for the East Coast. That's the
battle for the lead. Don't mean to cut. Oh, Stillman. Oh, and he does get nicked by him.
Stillman's off the track too. Ryan's gonna get the lead. Oh, Saulnier backflips the Race Tech 150, almost goes off the track. And Doiron moves up into the number 3 ride. Betts now 4th, as where we've lost Stillman, he's back to 6th, it looks like.
Oh, 5th, yeah.
5th, yeah.
But he's right there still. A little bit of time. He can get it back. He had the run. He barely got clipped. Oh, I think he's just raging now. Yep, he's down again.
Yeah, Fowler's going to get by. Looking back, here's Winterklung. And then Schuler, Heather, Batchlet, Blakely, Chapman, Pappy. Some big names way back here, honestly. Quentin Deist is another one. He won a couple Supercross races, if I remember correctly, this year. He's outside looking in. He's not doing too well. Dylan Copeland, then we see Hinners, Andrew Jennings, Chase Blakely, another guy that almost won a Supercross. Gavin Richards, Sonny Edmondson, Daniel Mills, running incorrect naming convention. Huge amount of riders in this 250 consolation race.
Yeah, not only that, but 250 class this year is stacked compared to 450. Like, I'm not saying 450 doesn't have some fast guys in it, but just look at the 250 lineup for tonight. It's going to be some crazy racing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just to see how many of the fast guys that we see in this consolation race that might not even make it into the motos tonight.
Oh, and Schuler going to go down in 8th back here. I was just watching him. He was battling on the first big double. And then Doyon goes down in 3rd.
Got a lot of changing going on.
Here comes Fowler. Is he going to get the pass? He does.
Yeah, Fowler around the switchbacks. And Doiron almost got out of shape there again. So we're on lap 3 of 4 as Wanderklong goes down. And here comes Stillman to get back 3, just squeaks by. We got Fred Heather trying to sneak up into the mix. And as you said, Schuler's back here as well. Woo! Wanderklong getting out of shape at the bottom of the hill there. So Ryan still leads from Saulnier, who's actually catching him. Betts is riding solid in 3rd. He's pretty much all by himself from Jack Fowler, who holds the final transfer spot. And here comes Doiron up the inside.
Ooh.
Oh, it's tight. Doiron's going to try to shut the door, but Fowler has the line.
Try to pinch him off. Oh, got messed up in the ruts.
There he goes. Doiron takes the spot. Fowler a little out of shape in the ruts.
Fowler has a better line, though, going inside there because 250s are having a lot of trouble on the Fly 150.
Yeah. So Doiron secures the spot for now, but Fowler is still right on him. Stillman has Winterklong and Heather, and those guys are going at it. Oh, Winterklong around the outside gets Stillman. They're just trying to get up to this battle. White flag is in the air for your race leaders, which is Devin Ryan and Dominic Saulnier. They are long gone from this battle for the final transfer spot between Trevor Doiron and Jack Fowler.
Yeah, keeping a close eye on this battle as you circulate around if you are, just to make sure. So I'm hoping it comes down to this. Fowler got lucky. I thought he was going to land on the hay bale over the finish.
Both of these guys have got to watch their back, though, because Winterklang isn't too far back. Neither is Fred Heather, who's been working his tail off today, trying to get a lap time. Still did not get into the motos.
Honestly, Storkin's really impressed me with his speed lately. I was watching him at Qatar a couple of days ago when they first put the track out, and he beat everybody by like 50 seconds.
Oh, here we go.
He's just gone.
Sorry to catch up, but Fowler to the inside. Just got Doiron, and Doiron's going to try to fight back around the outside. Split lines here.
See who's faster on it, or which lane's quicker.
Both come out pretty even, and Fowler's going to shut the door. Doiron cuts inside and gets the spot.
Oh, no, Fowler.
And here comes Winterklong around the outside. Oh, he jumps off the track. But he's got a good line around the outside here. Is he going to get the pass on Fowler? He does.
Blew past him, too.
So now Storkin is going at it, and he's flinging it, and he slides it out, but he's still on the bike. Here comes Fred Heather around the outside. Up through
All
the
of them
rollers.
can taste the transfer, just don't have it secured yet.
No. Doiron trying to hang on to that spot. He is clenching. It's like Betts, Ryan, and Saulnier are pretty clear at the front, although Betts just went off the side of the big Race Tech 150 jump. Doiron trying to get home free, but he's going to make a mistake, and I think he just jumped off the side. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he got lucky they didn't slide down the side of the landing. I've done that a couple of times by landing there.
Oh, Doiron's just trying to hang on as Saulnier works his way down by the mechanics area, and he slides out, so that's going to hand Devin Ryan the Consi win.
Betts is down in 4th off the track. Here comes Storkin for 4th.
Yeah, Storkin just got 4th, so here's Betts now.
Yeah,
So
Betts went down on just before that uphill double, right off the braking bumps right there. Oh, here he
yeah,
comes.
Doiron made the move
Oh,
into
the
third.
cut.
Betts off the side of the track. Fred Heather is still trying to work there. It could come down to cuts as Betts. He's going to lose it again, so Fred Heather moves up into fifth.
I think Betts already lost out anyways. Cutting that corner was a timing gate, so he would have been out.
Winter Clang to the final corner is in as of now, barring cuts.
Crazy battle.
Wow, so Heather misses out. Betts not going. Stillman, Deese, huge deal not to see Deese going through. Jack Fowler is down by the mechanics area. He was up there. Jeremy Hinners is not going to make it into the races. He said he will join us in the broadcast booth if he doesn't make it. Brock Pappy, another big name not going through. Dylan Copeland, Andrew Jennings. James Schuler is down with Flowtech Racing's Gavin Richards. Chase Blakely not making it through either. Batchlet, Holt. Zoe Cross is there with Lerma and Sonny Edmondson. And here is a wild Jeremy Hinners who just missed out.
I don't want to talk about it.
Don't want to talk about it.
I know that feeling. I'll be right there with you tonight in a little bit.
All right, so we are working our way. These guys just finishing up. Rush Chapman also not going through, it looks like. So devastation for the 73. Matthias Janis. D. Mills, Cody Branson, Anthony Jefferson, Stephen Quick, Alex Efforts. We had 29 guys line up. That's pretty epic for a consolation race, which means that these motos are going to be chocked full of action. As we wait for cuts. Saulnier is having some fun here. We wait on cuts. So what happened, Jeremy? It looked like a decent start, and then you got pinched, and I don't know if you went down or not, but...
Yeah, I let off because I saw them pinching me, so then they got together, and I got together with the one who went down. And then in the second corner, someone just tipped over, and I couldn't do anything about it. I was literally right behind him. And then I started making my way forward pretty easily. I felt like I had the past as far as like past national series goes. I was just able to get through the pack really easily. And then I got together with Fred Heather, and that's all she wrote.
Bummer. Cuts now in, and Doiron slides back to fourth, but stays in. Winterclog moves up to third. Saulnier and Ryan going through. Betts, Heather, Stillman, Deese, Mr. Jeremy Hinners, Jack Fowler, among the names of missing out as we go into the motos now. So this is going to be very interesting. The season finally about to kick off here at Hangtown. What kind of wild predictions do we have, boys? Any takers?
I think Kyle's going to sweep today.
Kyle, huh? Kyle
Yep.
Robb. Looking to pick up the sweep according to Jeremy Hinners. We also have fastest qualifier Dade Honeywell ran a 2:01 on a 250F. Absolutely ripping. We'll have several storylines to cover, but we're just about set to go racing here. The parade lap for 250 Moto 1 is going to load into the gate. 40 250 riders, 40 of the best. Sorry, Jeremy, 250 riders on planet Earth right now.
If I would have had more time, I would have been fine.
Yep,
No, it's all good. I told you when I got on tonight that I probably wasn't gonna make it, so next week will be fine.
Yeah, but as I said, 40 of the best 250 riders in the world set to do 30 minutes plus 2 laps of battling, and then they'll get about a 5 to 8 minute break, and then they line them up again. For Moto 2, we do this in order, so it'll be 250, 250, and then 450, 450 that you'll see here on Start Your Systems tonight. So I'll be streaming all 250. Then Jeremy will take over the 450 class on our stream as I go down to race. And it's going to be some fun. Look at all the names. Look at all the riders. Parade lap underway here at Hangtown. These guys all just kind of getting an ire for where they're going to start out on this one. And it looks like several riders went down. Here's Connor Linzo, the 31 versus PC machine. Jordan Moxie, Clement Lana expected to do very well here. Looking for our fastest qualifier. We do not have our defending champion in this one, Matt Burkeen, as he has moved up to the 450 class, which is another storyline we will follow in the 450 class later on. So here is your fastest qualifier, the number 17 of Dade Honeywell, 2015 250 West Supercross champion. Moved up to the 450 class in Supercross midway through the season. Just decided to drop back down and race the 250 class outdoors, and he was ripping hard on this track this week. As we said, did a 201.
Ripping is an understatement.
Yeah. I mean, just to give you an idea, the fastest 450 time ended up being a 158 by Hunter, but for the large majority of qualifying, it was only a 2 flat by Jesse Mullins until about today when Tyson and Hunter both signed up finally and started running their laps. So 201 by Honeywell. He's only about a second off the pace that was set pretty much all week by those 450 guys.
I am out of the server right now. I did up my graphics since I won't be racing.
No problem. We are set to go though. Motoagogo, Jeremy Hinners, and Kellen Brauer are about to bring you 30 minutes plus 2 laps of 250 Pro action from Hangtown. I'm going to try to find someone good to take a look at who might get the whole shot. Maybe someone more towards the inside. Take a look at Dennis Fjellberg. All right, here we go. That 30 board will turn sideways. We're about 8 seconds away from the start of the 2016 Ride365.com Nationals powered by versus-pc.com from Hangtown. Let's go 250 racing. Oh, and Fjellberg ends up being one of the ones that got pinched for trying to look
Connor
to see
Linz with the whole shot.
And it's Linz with the whole shot. Linz followed by Medina, Moxie, Wilcox, Stefan Guido, Derek Thorpe, Craig Leake, Chase DeSell, Devin Ryan after the Consi finds himself up here, Walter Jebhart, Will Whiteley, Russell Cruza, as Connor Linz leads him up the hill for the first time and down into the switchbacks.
Oh, Guido going down on the table over, trying to get back going again. Looks like back to 11th after being in 5th. And then over the berm.
So Guido having his issues. There's a couple guys down on the ground back in the switchbacks, but Connor Linz is trying to stake claim and run away at the front as Wilcox has slid into the number 2 ride on that Yamalube Star Racing Yamaha team.
Progress report on Guido really quick, getting back on the track, finally going 35th.
Oh, that's what it's like to crash with a good start here in these Pro Nationals. These guys are so good and they're so fast and they make so little mistakes that a good start means a ton and you don't want to ruin it. So Linz leads the way here as we're off and running in Hangtown. The timer at the top left of your screen, you can also see my frames and ping, but that doesn't matter as I'm in warm-up mode, so no ping. Linz going for the big Race Tech 150 right off the bat.
Ooh.
Wilcox following him through.
Thorpe and Moxie going down together in 3rd and 4th. Going to drop back to, looks like, as deep as 12th. Oh,
and
it gets
Moxie's
collected.
in a bad spot. There goes Honeywell. I saw Kyle Robb also coming through. A couple of the Yamaloop Star Racing Yamaha guys going through. There's Fjellberg on the 3, the 96 of David Wright. A whole host of guys going by those guys. Linz brings us down into the half-pipe, little slide out, but able to keep it going. He's actually pulling away already from the number 11 machine of Thomas Wilcox. Down past the mechanics area.
My honest question right now is on the 250s, has been so hard to clear all weekend. Are they going to opt to just doing the double single for safety, or do you think they're going to pull the trigger on the triple just to get a little bit faster of a lap going?
Well, I think Connor Linz answered the question already that he's going to be going for it. Yeah, he got it first lap. We saw Wilcox do it first lap. If these guys elect to go to the outside before that jump, it's very doable with some of the speed that these guys are able to carry in the corner. It just depends on their line choice, I think.
Ooh, Linz a little sketchy on the uphill, but held it together.
Yeah, Linz obviously number 31, so he raced the Nationals last year. Nothing too spectacular as opposed to the burning laps that he's put in this year and that we're so accustomed to, but Linz was not a winner last year. So he's looking for his first outdoor win of his career. Wilcox still runs second, then Craig Leak pretty much all by himself now in third as the top
Wow,
three are separated.
Seabolt's in 37.
Oh, Seabolt having a rough go of it. That's your 250 West Supercross champion. Status update is in 37th as we look at Devin Ryan here in 4th. Jared Seidhoff has looked pretty good, former national winner here.
Hannah Rogers back to 31st. Dalty Walty getting back up in 25th. A lot of big names out there that just not having a great ride.
Massive battle through the rollers coming up the hill as Connor Peavy has, that looks like it is Will Whiteley getting to the inside of him, then Derek Thorpe and Russell Cruza, and then Kyle Robb, who Jeremy Hinners just a moment ago picked him to be perfect on the day, 1-1. He's back here in about 10th.
He's got it.
He's got his,
still strong on his belief of the race
got
tonight.
his teammate Dade Honeywell with him. Do they go for the triple? They both do.
Kyle
He does.
does.
Kyle Robb goes for it. He got it.
Man.
He made that look easy.
And Russell
Yeah, he
Cruza
bounced
forces
all
him off the
these.
track. Russell Cruza getting very aggressive as
How
Honeywell.
did Robb stay up on that?
Honeywell also fell exiting the corner. There's Seidhoff getting back on the track, so a massive battle. Oh, as Whiteley dumps the Vermoto Suzuki in the sweeper. Now Robb sneaks in here behind Seidhoff. We also got 29 of DeSalle on the inside, it looks like.
So it looks like a lot of these 250 guys aren't launching into the half pipe like they were in the like they were in qualifying.
Yeah, I almost want one. For one, they're in traffic, so it'd be kind of silly for them to all do it.
Yeah, but it's a sim. You got to remember
That's
that.
true. And we do have a lot of young folk racing this 250 class here, so. Yeah, I think that might just be a qualifying line. I don't know. It's not a line I was expecting to be doing in the race, although I guess we'll see once we get down to it. Was anybody doing it in front of you that you could remember in the consi?
No, I really wasn't paying attention. I wasn't doing it though.
Yeah. For those of you that just may have gotten here, Jeremy Hinners raced the 250 consolation race tonight. Just missed out qualifying into the motos, and unfortunately did not make it through the consi either. So he's joining us in the broadcast booth, as is Motoagogo, and 250 Moto 1 is off and running here in Hangtown, 5 minutes in to a 30-minute plus 2-lap affair, and Connor Linz is trying to check out. Top 3 pretty much checking out. So here's Robb going to work on Derek Thorpe. He's trying to get himself into the top 5 as he gets to the inside, makes the pass. Seidhoff follows him through and shuts the door coming down the downhill, so he's in a 6th. I expect Seidhoff and Robb both to kind of freight train their way to the front here.
I just want to point something out really quick. I was watching Wilcox over the Race Tech 150. This lap he opted not to go for the triple, so...
Interesting. Most of these 250 guys are actually going to that outside and going for it. Obviously, you have the choice to kind of back out and just do the double if you want, but Devin Ryan, he's down. He was in 4th. He's going back to about 8th or 9th. Whoa, Connor Peavy out of shape. But Lynn's working on checking out. Oh, Leak is down, not off the bike in the mechanics area. What a save. Didn't actually full-blown save it, but he did not fall off the bike, which is huge, as here comes Kyle Robb ripping his way forward. We'll go ahead and go on board with the number 23 machine. 2:05.9 last time by. Oh man, Robb looks like he's on a mission. If you take a look at the track map at the upper right hand of your screen, you can see that green dot. That is your race leader, Connor Linz. He's trying to sprint away. And where Kyle Robb is, he's in the switchbacks as opposed to Linz, who's working his way up the rollers right now to the highest point of the track up there. So Robb reeling in Craig Leak here for the number 3 ride. Robb looking very smooth as we're still on board with him here. feels like to hit that Race Tech 150. Whoa, big time air.
For the fun of it, I just scanned every rider to see lap times as of right now. Kyle Robb is the fastest lap, just on his last lap at a 2:05.9.
Telling you guys, he's gonna sweep it.
He's got a plan here. He's got the mission statement ready to go. He's trying to get around Craig Leak on the drop-off.
He needs to get around Leak as quickly as possible.
Swing around the outside here. Leak jumps off the single. Rob elects to just follow him into the outside line here.
2:05.0. That could have easily been a 2:03 right there.
And he's working hard here on Leak, and it looks as though Wilcox had actually reeled in Linz just a little bit at the front, because these guys have dropped off of Wilcox a fair bit. Whoa, Leak, a big mistake.
There it is.
And he's off the bike. So Kyle Robb takes over the number 3 spot as Leak. Oh, I'm sorry, we lost Wilcox, so that puts Robb into the number 2 ride, and he is way back at Connor Linz. I was not realizing what happened to Thomas Wilcox there. So he's back to the number 3 spot. Now
So
Leak,
last time around, Kyle Robb was 2.3 seconds quicker than Linz. Just so you guys keep an eye on that.
it's looking smooth too. You might remember that Kyle Robb actually did win the overall here last year, if I'm not mistaken, in the 250 class. Leak, Sidehoff, Thorpe. Oh, Honeywell's down at the top of the hill. He was battling with DeSalle. Looks like Nycott on the 15 is going to get by him. Nycott.
Oh, Kyle's down in second.
Oh, no.
He got a little sideways going down the landing of the Race Tech 150. So Wilcox is gonna, he's gonna overtake second from him. Sidehoff is gonna be all over the back of Robb now.
So Linz has a massive lead as he comes across the finish line here, and these guys are just on the step up in the far back right now. Robb has Sidehoff.
Craig Leak down in 6th.
And
The
Thorpe
League is tanking it.
It's just about
Drop
to
the
say,
anchor, boys.
yeah, drop an anchor for Leak. But I was just about to say, Nycott, not known for his starts, especially recently, has got a couple bad starts in the EMF race yesterday. Looks like he got another mediocre one here, but he's supposed to be a championship contender. He doesn't put that number 15 on his bike for no reason. He was quick last year.
Hit on Wilcox again, sadly. Went down in the mechanics section, was backwards on the track, almost collected a couple riders, and then when got going again into the turn before the finish, one goes down again, so back to 4th.
Kind of falling apart for Wilcox, but he is Yamaloop Star Racing Yamaha's top guy on the track right now. See the running order scrolling across the top of your screen. I just noticed Jeremy Siebold has worked his way up to 22nd. Number 10 ART Reflex Designs machine.
You guys said that Guido had a really good start to this race, didn't you?
Yeah.
He had a great start, then dropped back to 35th.
Yeah, he is still in 35th right now.
Oh. Wilcox just slid out and handed DeSalle a spot.
Kellen, you touched on Clement Lana right before the race started while they were doing their warm-up. He's currently sitting in 39th.
Oh, not good for Lana either. Teammate to this man on your screen right now, Dennis Fjellberg, who is having a little bit better start to his season than we've been accustomed to with Fjellberg recently, but he goes down at the bottom of the hill, so there's going to be some expletives said. And Devin Ryan...
Evie was up front. Oh, sorry to cut you off, Kellen. He was up front early on. He's now sitting in 25th, so he's having some struggles.
Oh, Devin Ryan apparently didn't realize Colton Mitchell was on his right. He just beeline to the right side of the track and took himself and Devin Ryan down, so that's going to allow a couple riders to get through, including the 18 of Lalong. Jeremy Smith is in here on the 4, former national champion. So we got 2 former national champions here, not having the best first moto, Jeremy Smith and Dennis Fjellberg, that is. Oh, Dennis with the crazy style on the Race Tech 150. And a Rogers.
It's crazy, but it works for him.
Yeah. Devin Ryan, after running 4th as recently as 2 laps ago, is way back here now. He's got Jay Naz closing in on him. Colton Mitchell went down. He's back here. Oh, Jordan Moxie is down after the Race Tech 150. And there goes Connor Holiak around the outside. And Moxie's going to get up behind Taylor Bell, it looks like. Yep, Bell on the 132.
Oh, Smith is down in the half pipe. He's going to get passed by a host of riders.
Here's the 4. And there goes Devin Ryan through.
Oh, Fjellberg down in the mechanics area. So he's going to get passed by everybody who just passed Jeremy Smith.
Not a good day for these former champions early on here as Smith is 13th. Fjellberg's going to slide back. Well, Smith just got 12th. Looks like Fjellberg is sliding all the way back to 17th. And I just took a peek. It looks as though maybe Clement Lano's off the side of the track right now. Maybe done for this moto. Remember Lana, the winner of the San Diego 250 Supercross race earlier this year.
That was the one that got postponed, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and peek back up front here. Is it still Linz cruising away at the front, but Rob is maybe slowly starting to reel him in here. Looks a little bit closer than it was.
Oh, Kyle did run a 2:03.5 last lap, so
We are.
yeah, he's killing it.
Absolutely, and we are just about halfway. We are 5 or so seconds from the 15-minute mark. 15 minutes plus 2 laps to go right now. The top left of your screen, you can see it there. So Linz with an 18.5 second lead on Kyle Robb. Jared Sidehop occupies the number 3 ride. Chase Sell, Victor Nycott, Derek Thorpe. You can see it scrolling across the top of your screen.
Over 15 minutes through, but it takes less than 15 seconds to hit that follow button if you have not yet to do so.
Ah, good point. Thank you, Motoagogo. I like that a lot better than the other 15 that we could have used here.
I do what I can.
So last time around, Kyle gained yet another 3 seconds, about 3.5 seconds on Connor Linz, with Kyle running a 2:04.2 to Linz 2:07.5. So slowly but surely.
Yeah, Rob just did some fancy rut work there to pass about 3 lappers who was down on the outside. So we'll see if Linz begins to start feeling that pressure as the gap slowly comes down here in the second half of the race. Sidehop looks to just be kind of cruising here in 3rd, pretty much all alone over his teammate Chase DeSalle, who runs 4th. Then Nycott going to work on DeSalle. We got a good battle here for 4th. Working their way up the hill through these rollers. It's interesting to see the line choices that these 250 guys are taking as opposed to the 450 lines, which obviously I'm a little bit more accustomed to. But Nycott really working hard on DeSalle as they wrap around the corner going up to the Race Tech 150, and they both get over it nice and smooth. Nycott has an inside line here if he so chooses. He's got it, but DeSalle swings around the outside, holds onto the spot. Good battling going on here for the number 4 spot as they work their way off the drop-off. So as I said, we are just over halfway into the first 250 moto of the season, live here on Start Your Systems TV of the 2016 Ride365.com Nationals and MX Simulator, powered by versus-pc.com. We also want to give a quick shout out at the moment while we have it to go ahead and hit up Race Factory Gaming on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Twitter and Instagram. It is RF_gaming. We got a lot of stuff going on there at RF_gaming. And then just Race Factory Gaming, 3 words, on Facebook. Hit that like button and you get to follow us and keep up with all the updates going on with the series and such. Lots of cool stuff over there. We recommend checking it out. Don't want to break away from this battle for the number 4 spot, but we are halfway through, which means it's time for the Race Tech Top 10 Rundown. Racetech.com. Check them out. Connor Linz on the Versus PC ride, number 31, leads the way here, so we're halfway through. Kyle Robb on Prime Designs Graphics, number 23, sits second. Jared Seidhoff, number 20 on the Yogi Racing Honda, is in third, and then the Yogi Honda of Chase DeSalle still battling with Nikot. Number 29 is fourth with Victor Nikot of 2TFF. Number 15 runs in fifth. Here's Honeywell, fastest qualifier, number 17 on the Prime Design Graphics machine. He's up to sixth now. Derek Thorpe, number 784 for Team Volcom. Top Team Volcom rider in the 250 class. We get to see his teammates Hunter Root and Tyson Fresquez later on tonight. He runs in the number 7 ride over Thomas Wilcox, who was up in as high as second early on in this moto. The number 11 Yamaloop Star Racing Yamaha machine going to work there on Thorpe. Craig Leake is in 9th. Number 53 Verb Moto machine. And former 250 National Motocross champion Jeremy Smith, number 4 for TBR, is in 10th. And that's been your Racetech Top 10 Rundown. Racetech.com. This battle between Wilcox and Thorpe is raging, and Wilcox looks like he might get the spot around the outside. Thorpe is trying to hang on, but nope, Wilcox gets it. Oh man, and now Honeywell's all over the back of Nikot, who is still right in touch there with DeSalle as they come across the line. We got a lapper in between them, someone on the Mad Cape Racing team. He's trying to get out of the way as Honeywell cuts inside.
Well, that great battle's going on real quick. Talk about the Linz up front. Dropped all the way down to 11-second lead from 26 just 2 laps ago.
Wow, so Rob really eating into that lead as we get into the last 10 minutes plus 2 laps of this moto. But this battle is raging for fourth between DeSalle, Nikot, and Honeywell. Let's see, Honeywell's going to take an alternate line to the inside, try to get them both even. He's going to get Nikot. Now he's right onto the back of DeSalle. Number 84 of Ivan Medina just looking for a way out of the way here as he's going a lap down. And Nikot made a big mistake behind them. Battle for fourth. Honeywell and DeSalle working their way up through the rollers. DeSalle got a fast line, but he's going to the outside. Let's see how that works. Honeywell to the inside. Yeah, it's much faster. So he's up to fourth. Seidhoff pretty much alone here, and here is Rob, who is working his little tail feathers off to catch up to Connor Linz, who just crossed the line yet again on the lap 11. Here's Rob through the mechanics area around the outside. Boy, oh boy, Rob really wants to win this first moto.
Back out front with a quick checkup again. Less than 10 seconds separates first and second.
Ooh, Kyle with a little bit of a screw up there in the switchbacks. Didn't lose too much time, but...
By the way, I've just been informed, which is actually a huge help for me, but it also is going to be a cool thing for you guys, that live timing is working again on Race Factory. It was not really that operational for Supercross. But if you head over to racefactory.com/live-timing, hit that enter key, you'll pull up live timing for the moto as it runs, and you'll get live in-depth segment times and lap times, best and last lap times, difference between riders and gaps. It's pretty cool stuff that Michael Wheeler put together there. It's like Walter Gebhardt maybe there. Is that going a lap down that Linz is lapping? Can't quite see the number. Looks like the 194, and it is. So Lynn's still working. I think Rob is closing that gap in a little bit more, though. It's under 10. Kyle Rob at 206.6 to Lynn's 207.5. And Lynn's fastest lap is not even in the same zip code, to be honest with you, as Kyle's.
I'm looking for Kyle to run an absolute heater this lap.
We'll stay on board with him just in case. He's already cut that gap down to under 9 seconds. Just taking off tenths here and there. At this point, if Lynn stays up though, might Kyle run out of time? We're almost 25 minutes in.
I don't know, because Kyle's been at least 2 seconds a lap faster than him all race long.
The cell sadly went down in the group of lappers there, dropped from 4th to 6th.
Oh, no good for DeSalle. There's Rob though. Again, just cranking out that inside rut.
And also scrolling through everybody, fastest lap times of the Moto, 2:03.5 for Kyle Rob, 2:04.2 for Sidehoff, and then 2:05.6 for Honeywell as your 3 fastest.
Rob, fastest rider on track.
Oh, yeah. A little nose heavy
Yeah,
over the
scared
race
me. I
type
thought that was a
150.
panic rev. I think he's just kind of metering it though.
Also for everybody watching, if it's not up, gap for the leaders, 7 seconds now, getting really close towards the end of this.
Oh, Rob.
Oh!
No, he was able to save it.
I can't believe he didn't lose the front end.
Right.
He is pushing, that is for sure.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that he's starting to push it a little more than he was at the beginning of the race. Obviously, just because time is running out.
Oh, this lapper behind him though.
But if he just stays smooth, I think he can get it.
So far, so good for Lynn's through lap traffic as Rob runs a 2:05 dead. So Lynn's is looking awfully good as he gets around another lapper down right there.
Yeah, backwards and stopped on track. That's sketchy. Nikot's gone down, dropping back to... Looks like he's going to stay in 6.
Yeah. Man, this is going to be a close one. Now, Rob and Lynn's are on the same camera, nonetheless.
Also, you have a 3-way battle for 5th with DeSalle, Nikot, and Leak all within about 0.5 of each other.
Oh, here we go. Leak is starting to turn
Leak.
it back on.
Yeah. You also got Jeremy Smith not too far back.
And Leak looks to be the aggressor in this battle between Nikot and DeSalle.
Lynn's with a huge mistake and loses 1.2 seconds off of Rob, less than 5 seconds now.
Oh man, there's still lappers everywhere, and now they're into the points too as the lapper goes down on the outside, and he might be out of the way for Rob to do the 150. Oh my gosh!
He's gonna go. He went for it.
Oh my gosh! How did he manage to stay up on the landing there? How did he manage not to hit those guys?
How did he manage not for his front tire to go over the berm?
Lynn's made another mistake and missed the main line through this sweeper, so Rob is really charging in here now.
You can see him now.
So what do you think, Lynn's is on the pressure cooker, or do you think he has enough experience to not worry about it too much?
Well, that's where I don't know. I mean, Rob has been around this game quite a bit longer than Lynn's, so he kind of understands the situation maybe a little bit better. But Lynn's has shown his speed and talents to be able to win this season. It's going to come down to this as Lynn's goes across the line again. We've got about 4 laps to my estimation here to go. So next time by, they'll still be under the 30-minute mark. That should be 3 to go, and then 2 to go after the 30-minute mark.
You are correct.
Last lap, Lynn's with a 2:10, Rob with a 2:05. So 5 seconds faster last lap.
I just want to see Rob pull out like a 201 or something.
Yeah, just
something
hold the
for
trigger.
Oh, Lynn's! Oh, thought he was going to go down. Rob is there now, and he can see him, he can smell him, he can almost taste him.
Quick side note, just a little fun fact. Top 3 may not all be on Hondas, the dyno, but their skins are showing lots and lots of red.
Yeah.
Also, the big
Actually,
rumor of Rocks and
the top 5, all on Hondas.
Somewhere Mason Clendenin is got a big smile on his face.
1.2 between our leaders.
He is
Oh,
all
this is close.
over the back of him.
Oh!
Skipped over that rut. I did not think he was going to hold on to it.
Man, Rob came from so far back to get to this point, too. What a shame.
Almost
it would
made a
be to
big
go
mistake
down.
there, right into the hay bale.
That's a little cheater line that he's been taking.
Yeah, that table on, yeah, I've seen that a couple of times.
Wow, that's a nice view. First person, from Kyle Robb's perspective, seeing both of them launch the 150 right there.
If he's still in second next time by, I'll be sure to follow him. If not, we'll get Lynn's perspective. These guys are just going to make it back to the line, I think. Oh, man, Rob just ripped that outside rut. He's got a great line at the top of the hill here. It is close.
Over him. He's going for it, too.
This is what I wanted. No, go ahead.
Yeah, can't ask for much more than a last few lap battle here.
Yeah. I would say it doesn't matter who it is battling. I just want to watch an awesome battle, and this is exactly.
Oh!
How did he hold that?
Lilong is going to be in the way. Oh,
You know what this is reminding me of? 2013 Hangtown with a Zach Dupuis and Tyson Fresquez.
yeah, yeah.
Ridiculous battle.
Yeah, those guys went at it for most of the second half of the moto too, which was awesome.
It does look like they're going to have 2 to go, though.
Yeah.
So 204.1 for Rob right there, that last lap. Connor Lenz with a 206.2, so Rob's still eating away at this lead, as you can see.
Amazing battle, though. Really glad we got to see this for Moto 1 of the season.
Oh, Lance.
Oh.
He's got to be feeling the pressure, especially with this lap traffic coming up. Rob can sense that he's getting a little out of shape.
Different line choice from Connor, going to that second rut instead of the way outside.
It looked to work quite well.
Yeah, I'd say it worked really well, except for look at Rob charging up the whoops or rollers behind him.
Oh, Linz!
Oh,
and it sends Rob to the ground.
Oh.
And Linz is going to get back on the track with the lead still. We've got 2 laps to go next time by the boards. And Linz has a bigger lead than he had a couple laps ago. This might have been everything he needed to win this moto.
Yeah,
really
Luke in chat
close
says
to
he
that
wants
edge.
a Honda to win. I think you might get that today.
Rob floating it off the the Racetech 150 versus
Now,
Mercedes.
if Kyle can catch up to him again, the speed is definitely there for him to do that. It's just the time may be a little not enough.
Yeah.
So, but if he does get there, is he going to be nice, or is he going to maybe bump Connor out of the way?
Well, Linz
After-
looks-
Go
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, after what just happened, even though it wasn't 100% his fault, I would have a small chip on my shoulder, and I would make it a little bit aggressive after being taken out by mistake from
That's true.
Lynn. So.
All right, we do have 2 laps to go as these guys did not get the white flag. They missed the 30-minute mark a lap ago by about 10 seconds.
Oh, Connor! Oh,
Ooh.
there was a lapper down after that drop
And
off.
Rob is flying. And there's a rider down. Oh, that's it. And he's off the
Yeah.
bike. So Lynn's making a mistake, and now lappers have cost Kyle Robert a chance for this victory.
And my prediction just goes out the window now, too.
They'll have a chance of the overall call out, though. Go 2-1.
So Lynn's should be able to just cruise this one home from here, barring any major mistake. He's got about a lap and a half to go. Go back and see Seidhoff down in third. He just slid out, and he's backwards, and he's now off the bike as he just got plowed into. So Honeywell is going to squeak by into the number 3 ride.
Now, I do have to give it up to Connor. He had a past champion all over the back of him for well over 10 minutes of the moto, and he didn't screw up once. He had that one little tip over, but he weathered the storm, so you got to give it up to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Rob was giving him everything he could handle there for a few laps at least.
Yeah, also for everybody out there in chat that's getting mad at the lapper, he went down on his own. Things happen. It's a racing incident.
Yeah.
Don't call him out for that. Don't be like, penalize lappers. Crap happens. And don't forget this pro. It's not AMs. We're going to see a lot more gooniness on Sunday, but pros know better, and that was just racing incident mistake. So.
Yes, indeed. That was no fault of the lappers. It was just an unfortunate situation for Kyle to be in there.
Wrong place at the wrong time, really.
Exactly.
So Connor Linz is going to come down mechanics area and take the white flag. So we'll get 17 laps in here.
All right, now I don't want to jinx Connor, but he does have to have one more clean lap. If he falls off the bike, Kyle's winning this.
Yep. That's still pretty close.
And this lapper's right on Linz. He's not backing off. If Linz slows up too much, he gets right in the back of him. You never know.
It'll be the 47 of Yannick Noller. He's running in the 15th spot, so these guys have lapped all the way up, well into good points-paying positions.
Gonna take a look back and see surprising out-of-points riders. Fieldberg in 24th. Taylor Bell way back here, sadly. Berg. Guido back here still. Our Dasher is back in 34th.
A little bit of a hiccup from Connor.
Yeah, we said he's got to make it clean this last lap. Meanwhile, Rob is still charging hard. He is not done and dusted with this one just yet. Even a few more mistakes from Linz and Rob will still be right there. He's got to get through some lappers.
There's a lap. Ooh, Kyle.
Man, he just shoved Joseph Nazarek right out of the way. Rider down in front of Linz. That's Seabolt on the 10, so he's going a lap down.
Man, Linz is scaring me.
And
Oh,
he's
he
not
doesn't
going
go
for
for
the
the
triple.
triple.
Someone behind him just got saucy. That was Muller again. And Rob is going to, of course, go for the triple, so it's still tightening up. Any cuts for Linz could be a factor, too. He's got to keep that in the back of his
Oh,
head.
another mistake. Not able to hit the main line.
See Rob just peeking in here from the back, but I think he's going to run out of time. He brought it close, but Linz pulled it back here in the end after a fall by Rob.
Buddy joined your channel.
As Checkers is now joining us here to wrap up this 250 moto. Coming down by the mechanics area one more time. He's just got to get it clean.
Yeah, will the lapper play any part of this
Will
last
do
turn
so.
for Linz?
Connor
Nope.
Linz is your Moto1 winner at Hangtown in the 250 class. Kyle Robb in a very, very close second, only 3 seconds down at the end. Good ride by both riders, especially considering how far they gapped this man in third, Jared Seidhoff.
Honestly, glad to see Linz win it too. He's one of the newer, really fast pros, and good to see him get that win.
So Linz will look to repeat that feat in Moto2, of course. Take that red plate into Glen Helen next week. We'll have Moto2 on the way in just a moment, but we're wrapping up Moto1 right now as Seidhoff is going to round out the podium spots. Comes home third, just holds off Honeywell in the end. So good ride for the Prime Design riders, second and fourth. How about Jeremy Smith to get all the way up to fifth?
Man, poor Seabolt was all the way back to 37th on lap 1, came back up to 15th.
All right, I'm just waiting for cuts to come in.
Still seeing Jeremy Smith bring it home here in the number 5 ride. He's looking good. DeSell should be 6, but Holiak is closing in, and he just got by Leak.
9. Holy cow. That's nuts. They were all laying on that step up.
Nycott bringing up the back of this one. Smith is over the line in 5th, and DeSell should hang on to 6th. He does. Holiak 7th. Leak, oh, down at the line! Oh no, Craig Leak. Nycott takes the spot. Does Colton Mitchell get by Leak?
Mitchell, no.
No, so close at the end. Thorpe over the line in 11th. Wilcox, he's down in 12th. Will not get passed by Tanner Rogers by the looks of it. So Wilcox takes home a 12th, and here's Rogers to bring home the field, it looks like. Nope, still got to wait for Gebhardt to get over the line. And cuts her in. Nothing changing.
Nothing.
We had a big change actually though.
Oh yeah, we did.
Nikon went from 8th to 11th on cuts. How many cuts did the guy have?
He
8.5 seconds of cuts
What
for
a
Victor Nikon.
cheater!
He cut the entire track.
Baroni. And Leak also lost a spot, it looks like. 2 spots for that matter, to Colt Mitchell. Derek Thorpe got by. Wilcox, Rogers, Muller, Siebolt, Nazarek, Lalong, Saulnier, Dunavant, and Devin Ryan round out your points finishers in this moto. So we should have a little bit of a break here. 5-minute break in chat. So
And with
results.
that being said, I will actually be taking that break as well. I will be right back.
This should give us a chance to get my mic sorted volume-wise. I'm guessing you're going to have to bump me a little bit. Would be my guess, Mr. Kellen.
Yep, I'll bump you a little bit. As you can see the results on the left side of your screen there. Bump you, bump Hinners, so when he gets back he's plenty loud. It looks like he's already bumped. Bump Moto a little bit louder too. And if you two would do me the favor of perhaps wrapping up the finishing order from the first moto and give a little bit of talk, I'll also be right back.
All right, well, the top 10, we'll run down that one more time. Actually, let's go down the top 20 as I just got here, so I'm curious on where everyone finished as well. Connor Lynn's team versus PC Racing versus -PC.com. Log on. They're an awesome sponsor of ours as well. And then Kyle Robb comes across in the number 2 spot. Always stoked to be on the 2 with the F. He loves that bike. And starting off this season, well, Jared Seidhoff on the number 20 machine runs in the 3rd spot. Dade Honeywell gets 4th. Jeremy Smith up in 5th. I'm guessing we expected to see him on the podium, and we'll see what he has for moto number 2. Chase DeSalle. Run for Team Yogi Honda. That's an interesting team for DeSalle. Connor Hoya, Team Bird Moto, runs in the 7th spot. Victor Nikon drops to 11th. Sorry, 8th place was actually Colton Mitchell. And then 9th place, let's see, because the order messing on. Derek Thorpe got a gift and got by a couple guys on cuts as well. Craig Leak dropped to the 10 spot, and dropping all the way to 11th was Nikon. So huge mix up there. Thomas Wilcox, Team Yamalu Star Racing comes across in the number 12 spot. Tanner Rogers in 13th versus -PC.com rider. Then Janik Mueller, Jeremy Siebolt, Jay Nash, Joseph Nazarek getting some points here in moto number 1, trying to defend his number 35. Kevin Lalong, the number 18 machine, comes across in the 17th spot. Great ride for the 112 Yogi Honda rider, Dominic Saulnier. 19th place, moto chasing, Chase Donovan. Guess he's a better filmer than racer, as he almost didn't even score points. Devin Ryan was your last point scoring rider. He's riding for Team Tiger Designs. Log on, tigerdesigns.net. Yes, that's .net, not .com. And get yourself a bitchin' helmet. Did you guys know that those guys may sell helmets as well? They don't just paint helmets, but they also sell them.
Who would have
Good
guessed?
stuff. Yeah, good stuff for Devin Ryan. Team Tiger Designs gets a point in the opening moto. And just missing out on points, Kevin from Zaka, his teammate on the Tiger Designs team. And then, of course, 22nd was Peter Like, switching over to the Prime Designs team, who had a couple guys in the top 5. Peter Like, the locomotive, couldn't even freight train his way into the points on that one. A lot of heavy hitters not in the points, as Connor Peavy didn't score points. Fjeldberg all the way back in 24th, in the 250 class nonetheless. So, crazy. I'm just looking through. I'm looking for a couple other notables, see if there's anyone else there towards the back of the pack that maybe we would have expected up front. But pretty crazy stuff. We'll see what comes down here in Moto 2. Some of these guys you see riding around a little bit. Some of them obviously resting their hands. It looks like Kyle Robb, for instance, is absolutely motoing down right now, just trying to keep the flow going. I guess he had a good flow at the end of that moto. I popped into chat with him before coming down here right when I joined, as I was letting the race catch up a little bit, and Kyle was talking really calmly and really confidently, and I feel like he felt like he had the speed to win that race. So I'm thinking he's looking to go 2-1 for an overall, but we all know Linz is extremely fast, and if he gets a good start, he's going to be tough to catch.
Yeah, no doubt about that. It'll be interesting to see where exactly these guys start in the second moto, because a couple people that I think maybe could have ran up front with them didn't get the best of starts, and Linz took the whole shot and ran away with it at the beginning there, so made it
Yeah, this is a
interesting for
tricky
everybody else.
start, right? With that little bump going into the first turn.
Right,
kinda
right.
Jump over the start, and the turn sneaks up on you a lot faster than.
Well, it sneaks up on you really fast, and I think another big factor in what causes people to go down so often in the first corner is it tightens very, very quickly. It's, I wouldn't say more than about 100 feet out of the gate before you're about 20 bikes abreast only available. You can't get much more in there than that, so 40 guys going into a 20 wide spot at most, about 100 feet out of the gate, it gets tight quickly. So you have to determine whether or not you're going to have a chance at the whole shot or back out really fast.
Yeah, for sure. And then as soon as you do fall, because you're going fast in a straight line, your bike just goes bowling. And even if you're in front of the guys crashing, a lot of times you get caught by their bike if you try to slow down for the turn. So
Yep.
things get chaotic pretty quickly. And then not to mention, if you do have a good start, you want to try to, keep that good start, you have to flat track that turn a little bit. And then obviously you give up a little bit of control as you throw your bike into a slide. And it's got chaos written all over it, but the guys that'll survive it, I mean, everyone's got the same track and whatnot. Maybe some people need to borrow some of Byron's Lucky Charms to get through that first turn and make sure they salvage their championship, because as you guys know, I'm sure most of you guys play sim, once you're in the pack, it's really tough to get moving forward because just so much crap happens. You lose so much time early in the race.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's kind of crazy because this start, to start our season, is very short, very tough. It eats people alive, and it's completely polar opposite to the start that we'll have next week at Glen Helen. It's long, it separates people going into the first corner. That's less likely that people will fall.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy next week watching the drag race. Looking excited. It says Moto 2 coming up, so we're getting ready. We're going to run right into Moto number 2 of the 250 class. I'm getting excited because this is going to be actually the first Moto that I get to watch. And, oh yeah.
And then we'll watch the cringe and the rage that'll happen in the 450 Consi coming up.
I am back,
And
fellas.
speaking of the 450 Consi and the 450 class for that matter, we'll be taking a short stream break as soon as the end of the second 250 Moto is done here. And Jeremy Hinners, who just said, I am back, will take over the stream. I'll head down to race. Motoagogo will also head down to race. He's expected to be in the Consi.
to take my last place, got to do it.
So,
But no, it's just race experience. The only reason why
how
I'm
many
doing
guys
it.
were in the 250 Consi?
29?
25. Yeah, 29. Yeah, it was stacked.
Unbelievable turnout for the first year of membership racing, racefactorygaming.com. And holy crap, are we doing a warm-up lap or are we going straight into racing?
I don't think we're doing a warm-up lap.
Yeah,
I think it's
this
just
is right
straight
into
in. It's time to go racing. Moto 2 from Hangtown to the 250s.
Oh, lots of guys hitting the gate.
Oh, and
Almost the whole
Nikon, I
outside of
think?
the gate.
No, that's Lin Long on the 18 who ripped up massive.
the pile up though.
Janik
Look
Mueller
towards
is
the
also
back.
up there, and the number 4 of Jeremy Smith with a great start. If we go around turn number 2, it looks like Fjellberg with a great start this Moto 2, so let's see what that speedster can throw down.
Lalong, a former points leader of this series way back in 2013.
Mueller goes down and takes Fjellberg with him and a whole bunch of other riders, including Lana, Peter Light.
Connor Lenz is in dead last right
Oh, Kyle Robb was in
But don't forget what happened
third.
with Lana last race. He rage quit at the start and got last.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he can get any points back.
Robb was in third. He just made a huge mistake. This is trouble for anybody else not named Kyle Robb as he starts up front. And he's already into second as that was Lilong that just dumped it. So Smith takes over the lead.
Smith is already out to a 4.5 second lead, though. He is wasting no time trying to get away from the pack.
Yeah, exactly what I was going to say. If you have that chance to open it up right now, doing what he's doing is the smartest plan. Just go.
Give it a shout out to the 112, Dominic Saunier, running up in the number 3 spot. Impressive. I was pumped he got points in Moto number 1, and he's looking to better that early on in Moto 2 with a great start.
Yeah,
At
straight
the
out
top
of the
hill,
Consi.
and down he goes.
And on top of that, we're talking about earlier, Kyle Robb in second with Smith ahead of him. He has that chance to make the 2-1 happen and get the overall.
My word, we might as well call this
Sign
250 class the Honda Nationals. It is nothing but Hondas up here at the front right now.
Seidhoff has moved into the 3 spot around Saunier as we go into the big 150-foot jump. These guys sending her on 250s.
So let's take a look back. Where is Connor Linz?
You're gonna be looking a long ways back. I have a feeling he's
There he is.
outside
He
the
is
top 20.
23rd.
Wow.
23rd.
And he just split a gap. Somehow he didn't go down. There's riders going
He
down
just
everywhere.
split like 4 riders at once.
Bad news for Wilcox, Mitchell, and Siebold. They're all laying on the ground outside the top 25 at the moment. Terrible starts for those guys.
For the fun of the drama/rage for chat and everybody else, I'd always like to keep it up on Benchmark. Well, Smith is down. Sorry, the leader gets around. There goes Kyle Robb. But it looks like Fieldberg
That's a
is...
wrap for the moto, boys.
Get your
It looks
pillows.
like Fieldberg is already raged and is not happy about this moto. So everybody else keep it up with the rage and bench racing.
He's
there you go.
racing though. He's still
Yeah,
circulating the track.
he's still going. He's just mad. Yeah, he's
in
just
35th way back. Started in the top 3 though, and he is now way back. He'll be lucky to get points in this moto, even with the tremendous speed that the number 3 has.
Yeah, I tried to help Fjellberg. We were racing the EMF race on Wednesday together. It's very hard to keep that guy cool. He gets heated quickly. So, obviously an early crash isn't going to help Fjellberg's opportunity to work his way forward.
Sorry, Will Whiteley just punted Jeremy Smith. They were racing for the same line in the corner. It wasn't a dirty move by any means, but Smith just tried to close the door on Whiteley, and Whiteley said, no way, and Smith got punted over the right. And he's dropping way back now in the number 7 spot, so our early leader, who we thought might just take off with this thing, and I sure did, he's dropping.
See how Smith does. He ended up 5th in that first moto, so he scored some good points. Expect him to be...
Now, from what I gathered from Smith, is he was talking about riding some 250 and some 450 rounds, actually. Not necessarily chasing a championship, but just wanting to have fun racing this summer. But, I mean, anytime he's lining up, he's been riding the track a good bit this week and stuff, from what I know, and he's always fast. I mean, he's not going out here to not try to win by any means whenever he lines up in either class.
Yeah. No kidding, Jeremy Smith always one of the fastest riders on track, whether it is in this game or in real life.
Honeywell making the move on Will Whiteley for the number 4 spot. Whiteley didn't do the big triple. Let's call that the Race Tech triple, because
That's what it
no
is.
longer a sponsor of Sim.
The
but
Race
they
Tech
were,
150.
once upon a time, a great sponsor of ours. Oh, and we got a crash.
Honeywell, Ryan, all down. Oh, and then is that Lalong that piles
Lalong
in?
down, yep.
So Smith
There
is going to
goes
get
Smith able to grab 2.
So Rob's trying to check out front as he puts another lap in the books, but Jared Seidhoff is not letting him go by any means. He ran a 205, but a 204 for Kyle Robb with a clear track. Like I said, Rob was talking very confidently at the very end of that first moto. So I'm guessing he's not going to really get nervous. I think he has the confidence that he's better than these guys on the 250F. He really likes the 250, and he's happy to be on it for sure.
I actually predicted Kyle to sweep both motos, so a heartbreaker to see him not win that first moto, but no, he's definitely very confident.
Speaking of winning the first moto, Connor Linz has moved himself all the way up into the top 10 at this point. So he's worked his way through the pack. He's just moved into the 9th spot, and he's almost into 8th, and almost goes
front
down
end
into the back of DeSalle. Connor Linz is charging, trying to salvage some points here. We've always known he's fast, but he always, or not always, but he's known to struggle a little bit with other riders around. The way he's coming through the pack, maybe he's got that under control for outdoors this season.
All right, so setting things up, we got Rob and Seidhoff clearing the way at the front. Rob was not able to do the Race Tech 150, so Seidhoff is going to be able to close in a little bit here. Those guys are sprinting away together from everybody, as Will Whiteley is a good 15 or so seconds back, a good chunk of time at least.
I'm guessing Seidhoff, unless he messes up the end of this lap, will have a faster lap of our 2 leaders this time around. And they have gapped Will Whiteley by almost 20 seconds already early in this moto. Those guys are just drag racing out front right now. It's like John Force. Drag racing. Doesn't his daughter drag race as well?
Courtney,
Yep,
yeah.
Ashley
Do you
and
call
Courtney.
her a drag
Yeah.
queen?
That works. There you go.
Got him.
All right, lap times are in. A 206 flat for Rob, a 204.6 for Seidhoff.
So Someone in chat bringing up that I said everybody's on the CRF. I was mentioning that everybody's riding Hondas. If you notice, there's a Honda here, there's a Honda here, there's a Honda here, there's a Honda here, there's a
Oprah
Honda
came out
there.
and gave everybody Hondas.
Everybody gets
Meanwhile,
Hondas.
Mason is just counting his dollars and cents
Seriously.
right now. Actually, I don't think that they're all Mason's Hondas.
No, I don't think so either. But these are not the Honda Dynos per se. These are the.
No, it's the KTM Nationals if you look at dynos.
Yeah. Underneath these are some bitchin'-looking orange machines.
Pumpkins. I actually don't have most of the guys' skins downloaded, so I'm actually going through the pack. I don't see anything but KTMs. There's nothing
Yeah, it's
but
a
KTMs
field
in
of
the
orange
field.
for me too.
There's not a single non-KTM in the field right now on the track. So
Yeah, my skin downloading day is Saturday, so I've got plenty of time on that day to do a bunch of that.
Honeywell just crashed and is crashing again. So he's going backwards. He just lost 3 spots by a small little slide-out tip-over maneuver there.
This
And these
battle
guys
for the
up
lead
front,
right now.
the
Yeah,
gap
sorry.
is staying the same. They're
Yeah.
just not. It's not fluctuating at the moment. They're both getting the Race Tech 150 this time around.
Also, lap times are pretty close at 2:04 flat and 2:04.6. So
Meanwhile, in third place, Will Whiteley's fastest lap is a 2:10, a 2:09 for DeSalle. I mean, everyone else is right around the 2:10 range. That's why these guys have such a ridiculous lead, almost over 20 seconds now. And, yeah, they're just sending it. Oh, it looks like Connor Lenz has hit the ground. He was up in the top 5. He's in 6th, now getting up to be in 7th, it looks like, as he gets going right behind Tanner Rogers, his versus PC teammate.
Kyle is just making this track look easy. A 203.7 and a 204.3 from side hop, so
Watching this 6th, 7th battle between the two teammates, two of the faster hot lappers in the game for sure, Lenz and Rogers. Running completely different lines around the sweeper and then into the step.
oh, Rob almost lost it, and he does into my banner, sitting in my face on the side of the track.
Rob down inside of the Motoagogo banners. That's going to hand Sidehop the lead.
I ate
my
quite a few
face.
riders this weekend.
Sitting in my face on the side of the track. That's a quote.
best quotes of 2016 National.
We should
Yeah.
start that actually.
Yeah.
Just keep a list.
Interestingly enough, before that crash, Rob ran a 2:03 lap time.
Yeah, 2:03.7. Yeah,
mean, they were
almost
dropping
as fast as Moto 1. He ran a 2:03.5 as his fastest.
That's it. I think this thing's far from over. Sidehop, they're looking really strong and really consistent out front. Lap traffic, as we know, will always play a factor as well. Let's do a quick top 10 rundown brought to you by Family Mix today. Surprised not to see Blake Scheiman out on the track. Maybe he was out there for the Consi when I was nowhere to be seen. But Jared Sidehoff, the number 20, running around in the lead as he goes over the Race Tech 150, looking solid with a 9-second lead currently over Kyle Robb on the Prime Design Graphics machine at number 23. Running third, Will Whiteley, running solid, Team Verb Moto. Chase DeSalle runs in fourth. He's about 7 seconds back. And then there 10 seconds back, you find Tanner Rogers has moved into the top 5. Dade Honeywell drops that spot back to the 6th spot now. Then comes Thomas Wilcox, who I believe has come from pretty far through the pack. Jeremy Smith has fallen to the 8th spot. And then we find Connor Lenz, who has had a tough last lap, running into 9th spot. Your Moto 1 winner has a lot of work to do here as we are 10 minutes into this first Moto. He's going to get a spot by Wilcox there, who's laying on the ground. And Jeremy Kohenauer will now resume in the 9th spot. And Wilcox gets up in 10th with Devin Ryan right behind
Smith
him.
actually down on that on-off weird
Now
section.
he's going to drop out of the top 10, almost gets into Ryan there as he gets going. So that has been your top 10 rundown brought to you by FamilyMex.com. Log on, get some graphics, set up your pit to look sweet. They got easy ups and banners and all kinds of cool stuff you can customize. They have
Oh,
semi-custom
Whiteley
stuff.
down. Sorry to
All
cut you
kinds
off.
of sweet stuff. Whoa. Oh, never mind. Side-off was in that split section. I was at a weird angle, and I was like, oh, he's off the track. But
Man,
DeSalle up to 3rd now.
Whiteley trying to pull his best JS7 impersonation, wearing that 7 gear on a Suzuki. He's off in the final corner, straight on.
You meant you just drove over a corner? Alright. I do feel bad, though. His season's already done. Hope to see him back soon.
Poor JS7.
Baby, come back.
Bad luck and bad luck, James. I mean, just not being able to hold anything together this year.
Man, Sidehoff really putting in the work out front right now. I think Rob's got his hands full to even catch this guy.
I mean, if he keeps running consistent 204s, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But again, one fall off and we have a battle for the lead. It is only an 8-second gap, and they're about 2 straightaways from hitting lappers right now, and that changes everything.
And both gapped the third place man, Jace DeSell. I'll say it eventually. Oh, DeSell!
The cell is literally front.
There's a yard sale going on the uphill rollers. Lots of bike parts for sale. They might be a little bit broken, slightly used.
Maybe some body parts too.
A little bit bent,
let's be
no
honest.
big. You bang that out.
So Will Whiteley runs back into the number 3 spot. I was just about to say we're about to have a sick battle, and then unfortunately DeSell drops all the way to the 6th spot as he destroys himself going through the rollers.
That was a sight to see. I went back as it happened, and it was just like he exploded.
Speaking of exploding, DeSell's wrists are about to explode as he cases the Racetech 150, but somehow rides
Seriously,
it out.
broken ankles on that one.
So now let's see what DeSell can do. Is he going to be able to charge back up to the top 3 spot?
Not
or is
with
he going to
2
go into
broken
panic
wrists.
mode?
Oh, Tanner Rogers suddenly magic manning for me. I don't know about you guys, but he has
Yeah, he is,
disappeared.
Now
Oh, there
you
he
see
is.
me, now you don't. He's reappeared on the downhill.
He's going for the Puma.
Somewhere
Magic
somebody's
man.
saying DDoS for sure, without a doubt.
Yep, always. It's always a
Oh,
DDoS.
Rogers
Oh.
is down now. And careful with that re-entry, and DeSell goes by. Knocking on the door of those guys back up to the 7th spot is your Moto 1 winner, Connor Lenz, who ran a 2:05.1 lap time the last 2 times around, actually the same exact lap time for him. So he's putting some lap times down, and he's going to make a move on Rogers here as he drives right over him.
That's just
Might
a
have to start
road
calling him Gravedigger the way he just ran him over. Rogers is back going with no brake though, because now he has Thomas Wilcox riding his rear end.
Pretty good day for Wilcox going on here. He finished 12th in the first moto, so not awesome. But he ran up front most of that moto, and he's up here again.
Oh, okay, that was a lapper actually pulled over there. As I was looking at 9th place Jeremy Smith, and I'm in a little bit of disbelief here, not seeing Jeremy Smith get out front. He's not a rider to usually make very many mistakes, and then falling back to the tail of the top 10 and really not moving forward, and only running a 2:10 as a fast lap so far. Kind of mind blowing here for the number 4 machine.
Yeah, absolutely. It is kind of a unique thing to see Jeremy go backwards. I don't see it very often.
Take a peek at the front of the pack. The gap is now 4 seconds as Sidehoff came across with a 2:08 and a 2:05 for Kyle Robb. So he sliced 3 seconds off there in that one lap. And remember I told you they were getting close to lappers? Well, they are in them now. So let's see what happens here with only a 4-second gap. The number 20 is Sidehoff trying to lead this thing around and bring it home. Down he goes around the 192.
Oh, man. The chat never ceases to entertain me. Always some good stuff going on in the chat. If you guys are watching us back on YouTube, you're missing out on some serious fun not showing up to the live broadcast here every Thursday night, 5:45 p.m. Pacific on Star Your Systems TV. Kyle Robb doing his best surfing impersonation as he slides around that rut.
There's actually a cool new feature too on Twitch for anybody that ends up coming back to watch it on Twitch as well, is that the live chat does show up on replays now, which is pretty cool. So
it's very cool.
But yeah, YouTube sadly won't be able to watch it. YouTube is a better platform anyways, has higher bit rate and better quality, but anytime that anybody ever goes back and wants a specific moment in chat, you've got it that way.
This tech update on your PC watching needs has been brought to you by Motoagogo. Log on Sunday nights to watch amateur racing. Twitch.tv/Motoagogo.
I'm excited about AMS this year. It should be pretty interesting with actual prizes on the line. Should be a lot better racing, I think. People really want to fight for it.
Oh, speaking of racing, this lapper needs to get out of the way of Kyle Robbie. Cut on the track in front of him, then cut across the track, and then he finally gets out of the way. A little sketchy there.
Now it looks like Sideoff was able to open up just a little bit more of a gap because of that.
Rob just hopped through those bumps like a little freaking bunny rabbit or a frog or something. So.
Oh, they are lapping Dennis Fjellberg, who is probably as hot as anybody on the track right now.
Oh yeah, after what he said in chat earlier, he's definitely not happy.
If he was the Hulk, he would be red right now.
I'm pretty proud of Sidehoff right now, though. Oh, the lapper almost getting to the back of him, but 5 seconds still up.
Yeah, he's kind of in a tough sandwich here. He's got David Wright right behind him, it looks like. Fjellberg just up the road. Now Fjellberg goes down, and fortunately this doesn't take Sidehoff with him.
Good news for the 17 of Dade Honeywell. He's made his way up to the number 3 spot, the final spot on the podium. Bad news, he's
Kyle
48 seconds behind second place right now.
Yeah, well, Kyle just crashed, so...
And Connor Lenz has made his way up to 4th. Chase DeSalle in 5th. Whiteley 6th. So lots of mixing up going there between the 3 and 6 spots, and Whiteley's actually on the ground, going to lose the spot to Wilcox.
As we're going through that really quick, Rob went down, so now a 14-second gap for first.
And Sidehoff could sneak in here.
17 minutes into the moto, so...
If it stays as we run, Sidehoff would be your overall winner today with a 3-1. Lenz has moved up to 4th now.
Oh, Lapper coming on the track right into Kyle Rob, but just luckily stayed outside far enough and Rob was committed inside. Sidehoff has been locked into these 204 lap times this whole moto, it seems.
These two lappers behind Sideoff, I'm getting off, are scaring me. They keep crossing back and forth right behind.
The 3 lappers behind him are actually all on Yamahas, and they all just threw it over that tabletop. That was pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
Triley's.
Yeah, we should have taken a shot on Triley's on that one. Oh, a little slide up by Sideoff, not too bad.
Rob just had to
on the
avoid some
overall.
riders down.
Looks like DeSalle has made his way around Connor Lenz, so Lenz, your Moto 1 winner, dropping another spot. All in all, though, if a win and a 5th, even if he were to finish here, that's not a bad way to start off the championship for the number 31 machine.
Heckman, yeah, Sideoff did get 3rd in the first moto. So if he does win this moto, he will get the overall.
Don't count those chickens too early. At 2:10 last time around for Sidehoff, but then I looked at the lap time for Kyle Rob was actually at 2:17.
Right, yeah, Kyle was down at the beginning of that last lap, so actually about where he is right now on the track.
Looking for a battle. Looks like the 8 and 9 battle is going on right now between Wilcox and Jeremy Smith. Starting to heat up a little bit.
We also got a battle just up the road from those guys, Lenz and DeSalle going at 4th right now.
Let's keep an eye on that right now. Lynn's flat tracking up the inside a little bit.
That was a good line. Is he going to get the inside on DeSalle here? Nope. DeSalle
He
shuts
got
the door.
really close to his back tire right there. Oh, Lynn's with the save.
Lost a little bit of ground in the process. Go back and see that Smith has gotten past Wilcox in the meantime, so Wilcox may have had a little mistake.
On the way back, I also noticed Tanner Rogers has disappeared once again, and he is trying to make a move on Will Whiteley while Magic Manning.
Oh, this is
could get
interesting.
sketchy. And he has reappeared again.
Oh, and
Whiteley
Whiteley
goes
is down. So Smith is going to get a spot as well.
So Whiteley rejoins the action right in front of Devin Ryan. Sideoff's down, not off the bike, but sliding out, and that lead is shrinking. It's like he got into an ice-cold pool, if you know what I mean. It's down to 6 seconds now. He better get out of that water. His girlfriend ain't gonna be too happy.
I think Rob is coming in to be Mr. Steal Your Girl, though.
2:03.8, almost matching his fast lap. Rob dropping the heaters like panties at a strip club. Up the uphill they go. Or Rob goes anyways, and I mean he sees that lead shrinking and sees there's 10 minutes plus 2 laps, well about 9 minutes plus 2 laps left in the moto.
This fourth place battle is pretty good right now too with DeSalle and Lowlands, as I say that DeSalle is right off the track. Pretty much.
Lens. I don't think those guys are going to get much further than that, though. Honeywell's kind of in his own world here in third. Way back of Kyle Robb, but he's pretty much all by himself.
Yeah, I mean Honeywell's got to feel like he's just out hot lapping or something. He's literally riding around by himself. He's like, damn, am I racing online or am I in time trial?
So it's pretty much come down to this Rob versus Sidehop battle for the overall. We got about 7 minutes, 7.5 give or take, plus 2 laps to go.
Oh, a little mistake by Rob. Not huge, but enough that he's losing a little bit of time on this lap to Sidehop. Now Sidehop dealing with a couple lappers over the step up. He gets around the 3:18.
Oh, Rob is down. He
Kyle
went over the
down
bars.
hard.
Man,
Head
got
over heels over bars.
he hit that
Kyle Robb is
trampoline in the middle of
sampling
that
some dirt.
straightaway. And he's still not going, still just getting going. Fortunately, they have a massive gap on
Oh,
Honeywell.
Sidehop about got into the back of that lapper. And now he's going to try to jump inside of him. Makes the move on by. That's a 20-second gap now. And now 33 seconds back to Honeywell. 22 more back to Connor Lentz, who has moved into the 4 spot. Then Chase DeSalle is only 3.8 behind him. Tanner Rogers, Jeremy Smith, 3.2 behind Rogers, with Wilcox all over him. So let's maybe tune into 7 and 8 right now as there's a little bit of a battle going on. Wilcox trying to make a move. Ooh, Wilcox running that outside, looked faster.
Oh, I thought he was going off the track. Oh, Wilcox is coming short too. Oh.
He guys running different lines in like pretty much every corner and section. Great job by Ryan Mahan on building his track book, creating some multiple lines. There these guys go playing Frogger into that outside line.
Yeah.
Hopping lily pads a little bit there.
Oh, Wilcox dumped it in the half pipe. So Smith is going to get away a little bit more now.
Watching these guys, it seems like they're running very different gearing setups. They're running the same gear pretty much everywhere, but Wilcox's bike is super revved out, where Smith is more in the mid to low power range in each gear.
Well, Smith is very good on the 450s in this game too, and it's very, very hard to ride those revved out. So I think it's why Wilcox has never been very good on a 450 perhaps, and why Smith on a 250 and a 450 can manage it.
Sidehop is down in the lead, but Kyle is nowhere near being able to pass him.
Yeah, we got about 5 minutes plus 2 to go now. Sidehop has about a 10 to 11 second lead, it looks like.
Just an update on the number 3 of Fieldberg. He has not rage quit, even though he's not in a points paying position. So the weight of those sandbags maybe slowing him down a little bit here in this 250 class for the number 3 rider, but he's still circulating
Man,
the racetrack.
can you imagine 2 full motos out of Dennis Fjellberg, no points? There's going to be some computer screens through the window in Norway tonight. If anybody wants some free computer parts.
And then we're probably going to expect a YouTube video about his retirement. You know it's coming.
Well, I'm more looking for him to fill up the forum with rage about like a D. Davis style post as he lands on someone there.
DeSalle.
Number 40.
Poor DeSalle.
So Rob has actually cut that lead back down to 10 seconds again.
Yeah, it's
Just
not
every
over.
time that we think that Sidehop has this thing put away, Rob is not quitting. And Honeywell actually charging as well pretty well. He's got his gap down to 20 seconds, which it was 40 when he moved into third. So props to the 17 of Honeywell, keeping the power down, keeping on trying. He ain't quitting, that's for sure. As he just rails the crap out of the corner at the bottom with a step up there. The corner speed these guys are carrying is next level stuff.
Well, we were talking about Honeywell being all alone, and he is, but now Linz is joining the loner club here. He's pretty much got nobody around him.
And anything can happen, though. I mean, we have 3 minutes until the 2-lap board comes out, and like I said, Honeywell cut that gap in half. So, yes, he's all alone, but he might have just created a Match.com profile and is trying to find a mate to play around with. Or at least he's working on his Tinder game or something. He's trying. It's not a lack of effort for the number 17 as he has moved his way through the pack into the third spot and riding very, very well.
Just got
Getting
saucy on
solid
the
points.
LSE table.
Well, that'll definitely help his chances on Tinder, doing some panty droppers.
Those whipper tails.
Some butt knack-knacks, bro.
All right, down to 2 minutes, plus 2 laps to go, and we just barely made it to the line to get 3 to go in the first moto. Let's see if Seidhoff can do it this time around. He should, depending on what lap he runs, but if he crashes...
Wow.
Oh, mistake a little bit there.
harder.
Honeywell just ran at 202.8 last time by, so
That is resetting fastest lap time by a healthy margin, over a second, almost a second rather, faster than Kyle Robb's 2:03.7 that was ran on lap number 4. So Honeywell getting stronger as the moto goes on.
That is also the fastest lap of either moto so far tonight, too.
I'm just watching Honeywell right now, and he is on absolute rails.
Yeah, I mean, we watched his little panty dropper and everything. I mean, there's a reason that gap's shrinking. He's riding very well, and not a bad way to start the season off. And also will carry some confidence with him that he has some speed and just has to get the starts dialed in. The lead gap is 6.8 seconds. It continues to shrink. Seidhoff, I told you, get out of the cold water. Get out.
All right, it's going to be close to get to the line here. Will it be 3 to go or 2 to go? My hunch is 3. We'll see, though. Seidhoff has ran a pretty good race, about the same pace as Linz ran. Ooh, a couple riders down, and one of them way off the track. Maybe some foul play going on there.
Definitely 3 to go.
Yeah, maybe someone playing for your beloved San Diego Chargers lined up a punt.
2:03.7 from Kyle last time by.
This gap
guys
is
wanna-
coming down.
Keep an eye on the lead. We have a battle for 5th and 6th, and Fjellberg actually has a lapper getting into the side of Smith. Luckily, he goes down and not Smith. About finding himself in the old Banhammers. Fucking.
Whoa, but he ends up on the other side of the
Oh.
track, and that takes Smith down.
No, that was not Fjellberg. That was the 489 actually that was laying on the ground.
No, that was Fjellberg in the middle of the track that Smith just landed on.
Now Smith dealing with another lapper, so nothing working. Little off-track mistake for Seidhoff. Nothing huge, but he did miss a bail, and it might have been a timing gate right there. And gaps to 5.6 and shrinking. He's wishing this race would be over right now as Kyle Robb has the hammer laid down. Not the Banhammer, folks. Don't worry. Kyle Robb does not own a Banhammer.
He does in TeamSpeak, though. Beware of that. Oh,
Wow.
Seidhoff, a mistake. Lose a little bit more time.
He's got to be getting nervous now because he's seeing the lead shrink just like we are, I'm sure. Got a lapper to move around right here as he moves around Devin Ryan.
I think Kyle can his blood in the water here.
Shark
He's
week.
on rails.
watching this thing. It's 4.3 second lead. They come over the old finish line by the mechanics area right here.
Oh, side off. Landon nose
Yeah.
heavy.
Bit
Green
nosedived on
flag
that. I
is
watched that too.
Still out.
2 to go.
2 to go. 4-second lead, 2 laps to go. 2:05.8 last time around for side off at 2:03.9 for Kyle Robbins. He's trying to move his way around Wilcox and does.
Oh, Honeywell off the track.
Meanwhile, I just noticed we dropped a chunk of frames there for a moment, so sorry about that, but we have 2 to go here in Hangtown, 250 Moto 2, and Rob is trying to catch Sidehoff. Devin Ryan is sitting right in front of him.
Causing a little bit of problems. These guys have lapped. So Colton Mitchell, I believe, is the next rider to get lapped, who sits in 10th place right now. Blazing pace set by your leaders in this moto.
Ooh, Sidehoff is pushing, trying to get away, but he just keeps making these little mistakes. Rob is trying to make this interesting. Another late race battle.
3.6.
We're getting exactly what we could have asked for. 2 great battles, 2 first motos of the year, already 250. Hopefully 450 ends up being the same way.
No kidding. Sidehoff again, jumping across some ruts there in that section. Rob is coming. We're going to have 1 to go next time by, and we could have a last lap battle on our hands here at Hangtown in this 250 Moto 2. This is for the overall 2. Whoever comes out with this win will be the winner of the Hangtown National in the 250 class. Rob second in Moto 1, Sidehoff third. A win for either gets it to him.
And they have a pack of 3 lappers, 4 lappers or so right in front of them, and they're battling. This is about to get real interesting. Side off on big mistake.
And one of them is
Saves it.
Fjellberg. All right, here we go. It's going to be 1 to go. We can see Rob now in the background as Sidehoff is coming down to take the white flag past the mechanics area.
2.6 seconds over the line he goes. There's riders down in the sweeper. He's
Oh,
going around the
going around
outside
the
of Chase
outside.
Donovan, Dennis Fieldberg. And now Rob's going to deal with the same guys. Rob ran his fastest lap of the race that last time around at 2:03.6.
Riders getting out of the way. Fjellberg passing those riders that are getting out of the way. He's got to
Old
move.
Sidehoff almost goes down to that first turn.
Ooh, Rob gets a little squirrely as well.
Sideoff cannot just mail this thing in. He has to ride hard this last lap. It's exactly what Rob wants because he wants to try to push him into a mistake.
Yeah, pressure cooker is real right now.
Here we go up the hill. Half a lap or so to go here at Hangtown. Can Sidehoff hang on and win this thing? Rob is coming. The gap is now about 1.5 seconds as they come down the long downhill.
You're going to have a couple of lappers to deal with up this uphill roller section.
Off the left side, that's Colton Mitchell. Off the right side, looks like Jordan Moxie. And Rob is trying to get through there. It's just going to be
Oh,
right in
Rob's
his way. And Doiron just jumps
Oh.
right back into the main line. I don't know what he
Rob
was
somehow kind of gets through there without being scathed, but he's not able to keep his charge going. He still has one more lap in between them.
doing. Sidehoff, another
Sideoff a
mistake.
And another lapper holding
Oh.
up Kyle Robb
Jordan
into
Moxie
the
is
outside.
in the way, and he's
And
standing.
Moxie
Takes
takes him
There
out.
goes.
Kyle Robb down.
Well, there, I'm guessing. Wow. Okay.
Jordan Moxie just ruined
I
a
will,
great battle.
I will wait to rule on the protest when I can review the demo.
Once again, lappers come into play at RF Gaming Racing. Nothing like having nothing but it's like Zach Prokop in the way, or now Jordan Moxie. They're just so awesome.
Now
And
Rob's
Kyle
down with
down
a lapper
again.
that was on the ground. Kyle's fine. I mean, he has a huge gap over Honeywell. And obviously he was out of the lead at this point. And either way, good ride by Jared
Yeah,
Sidehoff.
no
This
kidding.
whole moto, super consistent.
Jared
running the
Sidehoff
204s.
deserves this one, and he's going to take it. Jared Sidehoff is your winner of the 250 class at Hangtown. He goes 3-1 to take the overall. Kyle Robb has got to be pissed. I would be if I were him. 2-2 on the day. He's going to go second, but he easily could have won both motos. And now he gets into Craig Leak before the finish.
Well, Connor Lentz has salvaged what he could. He did get, or he's sitting in 4th right now. So 1-4 on the day. That'll set him up good for the championship as the weeks go on. But I'm sure he didn't want to have start that far behind in the second moto.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, he did a great job of doing some damage control here as he almost gets into a lapper there that was down. I will warn people now. I'm not scared to swing a van hammer, and if you want to be a dumb lapper, which I'm not, like I said, I'm not ruling on that one until I watch it, you might as well just take $25 and flush it down the toilet. Or at least you're going to be missing a couple rounds. I mean, it's just dumb. Like, come on, guys. It's not that hard. If you're getting lapped, get the hell out of the way. Not hard. I do it all the time. I get lapped a lot, so I know a lot about being lapped, guys.
Yeah, it's really not that hard in this professional racing to be a good lapper. All riders that make these motos know how to ride the track. They know how to ride multiple lines. They should easily be able to get out of the way. And once again, it ruins another good race for us, which is just a shame. I don't understand what was going through Jordan Moxie's mind, but
anyone in these motos knows how much time and effort goes into racing at this level, and to be, within a couple seconds of the lead and have someone else ruin that for you, that really sucks.
yeah.
So feel for them.
I saw it brought up in chat is Moxie on Jared's team. They're not on the same team. That Yogi Racing Honda team, DeSalle, Sidehoff, I think Dominic Saulnier is on that team and somebody else, but it's not Jordan Moxie. Moxie is on a different team. I'll actually go back and take a look.
Mad Cape is his team.
Yeah, Mad Cape. So there you go.
And again, I don't want to throw him through the ringer until we get a chance to review the demo. Bad news. Jeremy Siebold, the rage quit, actually said not a good start to the championship for him at all.
Man. All right, we are going to wrap it up here. We'll go to a quick stream break and be back on the other side. Jeremy will take over for the 450 class. Jared Sidehoff, your winner in the 250 class here at Hangtown. We'll see you guys in just a few moments.